And then we decide which direction we should go.
So you know perfectly well what power supplies are doing in the world.
Yes, the very good power supply. It's a key factor due to the interferences that you have in the power grid.
Yeah.
And pretty much this is why we came up with Hypsos, which is a hybrid power supply.
Yeah.
It's a first type in the market that combines switching mode and linear mode together.
Yeah, Jung and I did a thorough testing on your product, but we'll get to that later.
Sure.
Because we have another guest.
Martin Wijbenga.
Hi.
From Plixr. Originally, you are from the studio. You're a technician, an audio technician, and you worked for radio, for TV, and you were building studios.
Correct.
And then somehow you came up with power came up to you,
yes.
or came on you. Can you tell something about that?
Because in the professional audio, power it is there, but it's not an issue. Not you have the normal Euro cables and plug in and.
They'll use Ferrum power generators and.
Yeah, maybe in studios, yes, but in the live world, there's maybe some kind of generator somewhere humming, and it's powering. So that's. But maybe a year ago, I was introduced to Plixr.
Yeah.
And I was astonished with the effect it brought to my system.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I decided with Gerard, my companion in this company, to sell the stuff in the Netherlands. And that's how it went.
Cool.
And what does Plexur offer? What's your range in general?
We have two types of devices. We have the power conditioners and we have the DC power supplies. Okay. So, but both based on the same principle of a balanced transformer that splits your separates your system from the grid where all the noise and stuff is in.
So and do you also make cables, or?
Yes, we also have cables.
You don't make any cable?
No, well, actually we do make cabling, but connecting Hypsos to the device powered by it. So we use, we call it a 4T sensing technology.
Yes, 4 pins.
It has 4 wires inside.
Yeah.
2 wires to give current to the device powered, and 2 wires to test the current that is going to the device. So pretty much the chip on the Hypsos board adjusts the power if there is a power loss.
Oh,
so it's
doesn't drop.
Yeah, exactly. So you get the best power quality all the time, pretty much. So
maybe each of you can explain to the world why should you invest, either professional musician or audio consumer, why should you invest in power? Just let us know. Why is it important? Why does if everyone talks to us, okay, I need a new speaker, I need a new turntable, I need a new deck, but why don't they ask, I need new power, better power?
If I can start with it,
with two of you.
In our living environment, we are generating more and more pollution for the grid. Yeah. We use LED lamps. We use bad switching power supplies. Sure. Everything is polluting our AC system. Yeah. But the pollution is also going into your audio system. Yeah. Even very sturdy built powered of audio supply equipment.
Power supplies, or power amps.
Still, a small amount of the pollution is going through to your audio.
Yeah, but all the nerds say, if an amplifier or a CD player or a streamer is built well, then the power supply in that apparatus will filter everything. Yeah. Is it true?
Do you agree?
Well, it all depends of what device we're talking about, because it's true that the decent power supply can bring a device powered to a completely new level. But if the device itself it's properly designed, properly filtered, properly shielded, addition to the quality of the sound cannot be can be not so high as expected, because it all depends also. Do you use conditioners on the entrance of your system? So I would say yes and no, but we have so many different manufacturers all over the world. Some of them they are in Europe, some of them they are all over the world.
Yeah.
Not all of them they keep the quality and the parameters as they should be. So pretty much the good power supply and good power source will fill the gap and bring new quality to your sound.
So the answer is it depends.
Pretty much yes.
Like pretty much anything.
Yeah,
in this
but
world.
I think I want to set it stronger, because I think that the power is one of the most underestimated things at this moment for audio.
Yeah.
I think
Also for acoustics. I'm doing a lot of
exactly.
acoustics.
Like acoustics is the same.
is underestimated, but also power.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of people are investing a lot of money for interlinks or things,
Cables,
but please try also power, because I know now from a year that it's incredible what it can do to your system.
I think
Where
it's
can
actually
people-
pretty simple.
Yeah. Sorry?
I think it's pretty simple. What does an amplifier do?
It amplifies.
It modulates power.
Yes.
Yeah.
So as long as your power is not stable or clean, it will amplify all the noise.
Yeah.
And if it's not stable enough, it will actually modulate also the instabilities in your power.
Yeah.
And in the end, it will bring, it's going to distort one way or another.
So we have I think 3 types of apparel. You have the transformers, you have the power conditioners, and the power regenerators.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I think so.
And the cables, of course. But you
pretty
have,
much,
you
yeah.
have the transformers from 220 to 12, 24,
Yes.
whatever.
Yeah.
You have, of course, AC and DC. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Where would you advise the beginner to start with? What's the best lesson number 1, or?
Well, it all depends what we plan to power up, because if we plan to power up like a whole setup
Yeah.
with amplifier that you have tens plugs and very high power consumption, I would say conditioner. But if you want to power up a DAC, like one brick in your setup, I would go for a power supply dedicated for this device, or Hypsos, because it's a flexible power supply that you can adjust, and pretty much, I would go myself in my personal system for a power supply, as I have a very decent grid in my place.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
it's dedicated lines and everything.
pretty
yeah,
much.
well,
So I would go with a power supply to just boost one device.
But then you don't need a filter because you have dedicated lines.
True.
Yeah, but our office
I'm not sure of that.
No?
Because I've seen in the last half years, when we're now supplying the power conditions to the people, and because it's also new for me, I do a lot of things to the customer. So I bring the device and I let them listen to it for 2 weeks, and then I come back. Even when they buy it, come back and listen to the system with them.
Yeah.
And even when they're in a good situation with good power, it's sometimes incredible what it can do to your system.
Maybe because the devices won't pollute each other.
Of course.
Yeah, it happens very often as well. So this is the best way, and this is what we very often offer to our clients to try.
Yeah.
If this will work for them, because if they have very good power grid and very good filtering on the entrance, maybe power supply will not bring so much to their system as their expectations may be.
Yeah, and
So, go ahead.
So there's one key thing I've understood from James So, he's the developer and the engineer of Plixr. He said to me, one thing is key for me, and that's impedance.
Yeah, that's true.
He designs his power conditioners, but also the DC power supplies with as low as possible impedance.
Impedance. Yeah.
So the devices for powering can suck out the power they need
And then, yeah.
as easy as possible. So even when you have a very stable grid, it can be easier to drain
Yeah.
the power from it because of the impedance.
Yeah, I've
So
heard
that's
that
for-
more and more. I've talked to some engineers. I won't name any brands, but they were also talking about impedance concerning power supply to especially a power amp
Yep.
that needs current like this.
Yep.
And if the impedance is too high, it will get slow.
Yes.
But how did he tackle it then with the big transformer? Because
Yep.
that is one big
Yeah.
roadblock,
Yeah.
so to say.
That's the thing why he designed this cordial transformer.
Yeah, yeah.
It has only one secondary winding.
Oh,
so
one?
There's not, of course, it's a big one,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there's no more than one windings. So
That's interesting.
everything he did is because of the lowest impedance possible.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's just the biggest key for him,
Yeah.
especially also for DC power supplies.
And how did Ferrum tackle that with the hipsos?
Actually, on the beginning, we have a toroidal transformer.
Yeah.
And then we just filter it and then make it as clean as possible with, I'm not engineer myself, so
No.
so pretty much we try to clean the power as much as we can, while keeping the advantages of both
Yeah.
powering ways, which is fast response and low ripple and low noise
Yeah.
in the background. So we try to combine. We did combine these two solutions in one, and we tried to bring the Hipsos power supply also as good as it can be intuitive for the end user. So pretty much that's why we
It
have
was
the
pretty simple, by the way. I mean, you have a menu. And
Plug and
it
play.
asks which device do you want to power? This one.
Yeah. Right
on.
now,
Yeah.
we have over 200 units, different manufacturers in the list. We constantly update it. And if there's, as I'm sure you tried it, if there is none in the list, you can set up the power by
Yeah,
yourself.
I tried it. It was way back. We don't have it at the office anymore, but we really liked it.
Yes.
It was a very good power supply.
So let's say that you also test the Plexur power supply.
Oh
do
yes,
that.
yeah. Ulmt already asked me, I think about 5 or 6 times.
Okay.
Because he says
great.
it's the best one he heard up to date.
Okay.
I'm not sure it will. Yeah, I don't know. We
Well, now you're talking about the conditioner, but I also talk about the power supply. of
Oh, the
course. I
supply.
have a DC power supply.
Oh, nice.
So
I didn't know. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Maybe for tomorrow.
Yeah. Well.
Tomorrow we're testing, we're live testing, so.
Okay, but the big
about
difference is that your device is more flexible with the adjustable voltages.
Sure.
The Plixur is fixed power, fixed
Yeah.
voltage.
Yeah.
So let's see if I have the right voltage with me for tomorrow.
Well, we'll check it out.
Okay. So great.
But it does make a big difference, and what struck us is that it practically always makes a big difference, and especially on the Mytech Brooklyn deck, the difference was huge.
Yeah, amazing.
You just had a completely new device when you powered it externally, and what my experience is with filters. Our office is in a vinyl pressing factory.
Okay.
Well, talking about dirty power, it's horrible over there. We have a tester on the bench, the Blue Horizon, and it maxed out.
Okay.
It's just red. Like,
Oh.
I don't know. It's bad.
More the surges and spikes in the because in the power supply because there are really heavy.
Yeah, the heavy machinery
machines.
there.
Yeah.
So
And-
they ask a lot of current,
Yeah.
power, and then suddenly nothing
You
down.
can drop down.
You see
Yeah,
spiking
and when I
everywhere.
use a filter, a good built filter, if it's not a good filter, then the base is gone. It just gets slower and muddier. But when you have a good one, it actually gets deeper and tighter. So But what I always wondered is how is that possible? Maybe because it stores some sort of energy inside and you don't get it in your amp. Maybe, I don't know. But how do you advise people? Because we can test everything, but how would you advise a consumer to test stuff like that? I mean, they can't just call any store and say, you know what, I want 6 power generators or filters or power supplies just to test them on my device. That's quite impossible.
That's true. We cannot make happy everybody in the same time.
No.
But what we offer by ourselves and through our dealers, it's a 30 days money back guarantee.
Yeah, okay.
So 30 days, it's plenty of time to test the device and test it with various different setups or models or power devices that you have at home, because I know people that they can have 10 DACs in the same time and they just switch it whenever they feel like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is one of the things we offer. Most of our dealers and partners all over the world, they have small stock. And I know they are leasing the devices for 2 weeks for a trial.
Okay.
So this is the best.
So you can borrow one.
Yeah, you can borrow one.
Like a good dealer would do. Say, you know what, test it for a couple of days.
Yeah, this is the best way to do it, and the most efficient way, because you can go and listen at the dealer's place, or you can read the review, but it's very subjective. Sometimes.
No. Our reviews are always correct. We only, of course.
I'm not saying the opposite.
No bias.
But it's the same thing with us.
Yeah, of course.
We just, because we are a small company, but we don't have a dealers, but we do this exactly the same. Just please try it at home.
You should try it at home.
It's the only thing.
Yeah, it's the only way.
I can tell, we can tell big stories and make a lot of reviews, but it's about the system at home.
Yeah. It's about
Please
subjective opinion, because some people will like it and some people don't hear the difference. But
still, it's hard to explain why there is a lower noise floor with power filtering, or why the soundstage is much wider, why there's much more musicality. You can say, well, okay, there's less pollution. You can say, okay, if you put brown water into whatever system, it's brown anyway. So if it's filtered,
not really, because
you can make the comparison, but it's not really an explanation why clean power renders a lower noise floor, why the soundstage.
Yeah, but with water, let's keep to this comparison. You can centrifugate the water. You can use the G-force to clear the water, the big particles. You can then filter it. You can put the ultraviolet on it. So you can actually make the ultra pure water out of a muddy water without using any chemistry. This is just the mechanics. So pretty much this is the same thing that you can do with the electricity. Most electronic components, they work better if they have a very good power source.
Yeah.
So pretty much it will bring new quality to your system. But then what was a surprise for us, that many people are using Hypsos with the computers.
Yeah.
And it makes the difference. This was a big surprise for us and for our engineers. How is that?
But what works better? Does it work faster? Or?
No, the music that the computers or servers are playing.
They use a small
maybe.
The music is just better quality, cleaner.
Well, I'm quite into computers.
Yeah.
And it is actually, you can explain it, because on the motherboard there's also voltage regulators that the cleaner you feed them, the better they will work. And in a computer, just like in a computer network with switches, it's all about getting the noise down.
Yeah.
And that's why we use fiber optics at the office, because it's the best isolation you can actually create.
Exactly. You have no ground loops.
Well, spot on.
That's
And
it.
if you feed a computer with very clean power, it will definitely sound better.
Of course.
So but
Just about your idea, because of the lower noise floor,
yeah,
you can listen to the reverbs deeper and deeper. So that's maybe an explanation for why you have a wider soundstage, because you have less noise. You can hear more deeply and deeply.
Yeah.
That's what I experienced for myself.
there was a question. Why the hybrid form?
That's a very good question.
That's a hard
I
one.
I would have to ask our chief hardware engineer Max. But pretty much all both techniques, they have good and bad things in them.
Yeah, well, that's the theme of today. Every topic we had was like, yeah, this is the plus for that. This is
You
the
want
plus.
Yeah.
story, you know. It's
So-
not either or.
So pretty much we wanted to get
best
the
of
best
both.
of both,
Yeah.
while reducing the worst of both to the minimum possible.
That's quite a challenge.
It is, but the outcome, it's a very good one.
Yeah.
Everybody are satisfied. This year we sold already like 1,500 units only.
This year?
Yeah, this year only.
Wow,
And I'm not counting the last year when we started.
that's
Good for you.
incredible.
Yeah, for a power supply, it
Yes.
surprised us a lot.
You should tell Pete.
I told him. He's working at this right
He's
now.
working on that now.
Yeah, on my sales.
It's live, is it? Shit.
Oh my God. And pretty much the why hybrid also, it's because it will be something new.
Yeah.
So the point to bring the curiosity to the market, and all of us, and mainly audiophiles, they're curious about new technology in the audio industry.
Yeah.
So this was like a carrot to bring the interest to the company, and the carrot was very tasty.
Yeah,
No.
definitely. But like you said, it's a topic that is hard to make sexy. Power. I mean, they say, yeah, well, I have power cords. I put it in the wall and it should work because my amplifier is 6,000 euros, so it should work.
Yeah, it will work.
A Ferrari
But can
is
it work?
300,000 euros, but if
Yeah.
you put in the wrong gas, it won't drive as good as with good gas.
Yeah.
So that's not a valid point, I think. I mean, in our industry, they're all electro engineers, and they know, they think they know everything, and they think you should be able to measure anything. But where are you going to measure, and what are you going to measure? That's the big question. And
Or with what you're gonna measure, because some of the equipment are not sensitive enough.
that's absolutely true with jitter, for example, but we measure loudspeakers as well. And if you measure on axis, off axis, 1 meter, 2 meters, 3 meters, time windows, it all counts. And if you start out, you think, yeah, sure, it's a straight curve, so it's good. But you only measure one thing of a loudspeaker. And I think it's the same with power. I mean, what are you gonna measure? Harmonics, noise. So
Input voltage, output voltage.
I had a
Yeah.
a question from
voltage
the.
drops. Yeah.
Please,
Yeah.
go to the microphone, please.
Talking, then I come with my question.
Well, I was quite finished. I was just brabbling. So
And if you go to the microphone, please.
Yeah.
If you.
it's over there.
Thanks at first for a very, very nice talk. I really enjoy from
Thank you.
different solution experts, meaning really great. I also use filters at home. One set for the digital players and so on, one for the amplifiers. But there is one more question. Since a year I use solar panels, and I'm thinking about setting up a separate energy reserve source to separate it from the rest of the noise of home, and
Very
then
good
pull the
With
clean
batteries.
source into the hi-fi channels only.
And do you want to work with batteries then? You want to work with batteries?
I didn't make a decision yet, so my question is for you: what's your opinion to do the best?
It was my question as well, so thank you.
Yeah, it's a very good question. Thank you.
Because I'm going to invest for the battery to charge it all day and use it in the evening when I will use the Hifi. And do you have any experience on that, and what do you advise? Thank you.
I'm not qualified to answer on
Maybe,
this topic.
No, but it's a good
Guys.
question. But I personally think one of the main polluters at this moment for the grid are the
Solar panels.
The solar panels.
Yeah.
Because of the inverters. I have solar panels myself, but
It's horrible.
It's sometimes depending on the brand, of course, from the inverter. But sometimes it's terrible what's coming outside of the inverter.
But then I thought experiment. Out of the solar panels, ideally comes 48 volts or 24, 38. So why not just skip the transformers and just go directly from the solar panel with maybe a small filter into the stuff? So you could skip the transformers.
Yeah, but then you have to regulate it also, because even
New market for you.
When there's one small cloud on top of your solar panel, everything went.
No, you have a battery in
down,
between.
So that's a possibility.
You had a follow-up question?
Then you have to-
I have the metacast separate solar panel, separate Hifi.
Yes.
I think they still might.
Yeah, they still will.
So it's better to go to the battery and close the battery connection to the rest.
But
of the
would it
house,
be a
then use the
solution?
battery line.
To have a battery
In between as a
in
buffer.
between as a buffer, and then
For the solar panels.
no, for your Hi-Fi system, for your audio system, and then maybe
To be honest, I know people who are claiming that the best power they get is from a car battery. I've heard such opinions. I don't agree, but
No.
I've heard.
I don't.
But I don't have experience with solar panels. I don't use them personally.
No,
Me
that's-
neither. I'm not
so-
allowed, but I hear a lot of feedback
I
about
think it's
noise.
interesting because
That's a point where the power conditioner comes in.
Yes.
Not the
Definitely.
the DC power, but the power conditioner,
Yeah,
because it takes away the pollution.
it will.
So that's
Uh,
and,
Yeah.
and the thing where Plexur depends on is it's not you are having new techniques. We build a thing with very old techniques,
Yeah.
but done it with the newest possible materials and newest possible techniques to make it as good as possible. So that's I think they do it.
I think we should round up because it's already time to go back to the
Oh,
stands and stuff.
but I think it's very interesting. Thank you.
It was a good question, and one we get a lot in our mailbox, but I don't have any solar power, so...
You know, the houses are
Maybe you go to the microphone.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, the housing are changing, you know, and if you have solar panel and if you are able to charge battery and decouple the battery from the rest of house at the moment, you're going to use the battery power for Hi-Fi.
Yeah.
And depends what is your total setup of amplifier, how much energy you need and current.
Yeah.
If you have the amplifier of the class A, or you know, it's a big difference. So I think you can manage it quite clean source, and I hear very good stories from it, but I didn't start it yet for myself.
No.
You have to be very careful with noise from batteries, because not all batteries are clean and low noise.
I see total new markets. You know, audiophile batteries.
Audiophile batteries, yeah.
But it's a lot of depending on battery management system board,
Yes.
not on the
Absolutely.
battery itself. So actually, you should to look or custom let it build the battery management source with the high components. It's not battery as a storage as.
Well, you've done your research, that's quite clear.
Well, yeah, but I'm not ready yet.
So listen to the music and during the night.
No,
There's no problem with solar panels.
Well, a lot less, definitely.
Listen
Well,
at
to
night.
summarize, you have a lot of, we've talked about quite some topics in 30 minutes.
True.
Hybrid power supplies, pretty cool stuff. You can read our review on alphaaudio.nl and .net. And we used it in the live test of switches, so you can actually hear what the influence is of a switch, and it's quite amazing actually. And well, for us it's new, Plixr, so I can't tell anything about the performance, but
Plexur reviews are coming up.
We will try.
we will definitely try it.
Perfect.
Thank you for visiting us.
thank you
And,
for inviting.
Thank you
talking
for the
about
power.
Pretty nerdy stuff, but I think it's actually quite cool and
It
very
deserves
important.
more attention.
Yeah, it deserves more attention.
For sure.
Yes. So,
Thanks.
see you tomorrow on the live test.
Yes.
10:30.
What time tomorrow? 10:30.
10:30.
European time.
Oh, the Q&A. Yeah, we have a Q&A after 30 minutes.
Thank you, Eric.
So we'll do live. Thank you. Yeah, we'll do 30 minutes Q&A in 30 minutes.
And then tomorrow.
60. They know my schedule better than I do. It's
Hard work.
hard work. Yeah, I have a lot to think about. But okay, in 60 minutes.
Let's thank the team then, behind the cameras.
But I'll do that after the Q&A.
Okay, do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's think.
Thanks, guys.
Well, I'll introduce you to the team in 60 minutes. But thank you for being here. And,
Thank you for
good
inviting
show.
us. The same to you. Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye bye.